Greetings, YouTube. With my crazy schedule this week, it's letters of recommendation season for late graduate school admittance and post-grad jobs and internships. Basically, I only have time to do one thing right now, and that's either a live stream or this video. And so I think it's better for the community that I do this video than I do a quick live stream. So no across the pond live stream today, but hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, the Dev Diary, the future of quests, building the best contest. Kabam, I say that's Goggy. Who knows if that's actually accurate. Hey everyone, Kabam Goggy here. We've gathered up a few members of the team to talk about what we're working on right now and how we're looking towards the future of quests and the contest. Quests have transformed a lot in the 5 years since release. Originally, story was the only real attraction outside of our daily offerings, and having a couple rank 1 4-stars was more than enough to see you through all that there was. I do miss those days. When the rank 1 was pre-patch 12.0 Awakened Scarlet Witch, with the release of Ultron's Assault, South excitement smaller, scheduled quest, monthly quest, blah, blah, blah. Let's get through all of this to the new vision. First, we can talk about the overall direction of Quest, what we're working on broadly and looking toward for the future. Right now, we're focused on smoothing out the existing experiences. We've spent a lot of time discussing the current direction of Quest in the game and what exactly we're aiming to accomplish in each category, while also considering each audience and what they want from the game. While not every quest has major concerns to chase down, there are some big-ticket items we want to hit, some of which we'll go into more detail on below. Okay, so what are these major changes, right? That's what we're all here for. As always, we strive to find effective ways to expand our offerings and quests, do our best to involve and entertain abroad. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We're going to keep scrolling down because it is not going to be a 20-minute video where I just read to you like you can't read yourself. So, even when we're building a crafty challenge or trying to create an intended spike in difficulty, we want quests to be fun to experience and satisfying to triumph over if we're not hitting that mark we want to know. Well, back issues number 5. That's one thing I've heard a lot of people excited about. One thing we've heard loud and clear in recent days is that back issues and its variant difficulty are high on the list of summoner desires in the contest, especially if you've got that 1-star Hulk, am I right? I'm happy to report that while we were originally scaling back releases of these, we've taken a swerve and are getting them back into the roadmap in a more focused way. I'm personally excited about this because back issues are some of my favorite quests to work on, and a project I and many others are very passionate about. So back issues number 5, Blood and Venom, will be no exception. We'll be going back to champion requirements. But keeping them act-wide and layering that in with some tag-targeted buffs that will make certain champions very potent in the right place. As for who, I can tell you for sure that the man of the hour, his greatest rival, and the hero who hunted him should all be present on your front line or someone like them anyway. So back issues number 5 will be released in August as part of our 28.0. God, it's so crazy to see patch 28.0 in front. We've already working on figuring out what back issues number 6 will be, and I'm hoping we'll see it before 2020 is over. Okay, Act 6. Kabam Welker, quest designer. Hey folks, Kabam Welker here with an update on design and direction for Act 6. Act 6 is an immense piece of story content, but we acknowledge that there are some serious pain points. Here's looking at you, champion Buzz. Inside of what needs to be addressed and corrected, while some changes will require deeper investigation. There are others that we are confident about going ahead with. Updating the champion boss fight. Yes. This is the biggest requested change that I have received from my channel since it came out. The champion was intended to be a fierce and demanding skill check for players and their rosters fitting for late and in-game content. We know he can still deliver on that intent without being as hard of a gut check. So we're rolling out some major updates to his encounter. Damage taken from Nullify in the main event phase will be reduced from 10% to 2%. That is huge. Block penetration for the champion will be reduced by 50% also. That's very nice. The dexterity requirement in his final phase will be reduced from 5 to 3, and removing the no retreat buff node. Wow. So we have seen players ask for all of those in this change, and you got that. Congratulations, community. Reducing attack values across the entire act. Attack values for opponents is something we're committed to focusing more on with every new piece of content. God, this is such good news for nerfing Act 6. I know there are a lot of people who've 100% cleared it, and you all deserve to be compensated as well. But for people like myself who still have a lot to go, it just gets me more optimistic about my ability to finish this. We're going back into Act 6 and retuning encounters to bring their attack values more in line in comparison to the Abyss of Legends and the Grandmaster boss in Act 6, Chapter 4. The attack values for Path encounters in Act 6, Chapter 4 will be reduced by 40 to 60%. That's huge. Again, dropping them from 15k on average to closer to around 5 to 9k on average, with some even lower. Path fights in 6.3, 6.2, and 6.1 will be scaled down from that top value accordingly. All great news on this nerf. Attack values for final bosses in Act 6, Chapter 4 will be scaled down as well. Revisit pain point boss fights and path fights. It's clear to see that there are still boss fights and path fights in Limited Act 6 that are far too demanding and niche for the majority of players to engage with. We'll be reviewing each chapter in Act 6 and taking aim at the most egregious encounters. I haven't seen egregious in a word to read in a long time. I'd like to hear from you other players and what our Act 6 pain points are. Okay, so community, this is a chance to talk about the most BS fights. And, without using profanity or being disrespectful, just say, hey, this was a fight that really wasn't a fair fight. So for those of you who fought those, time to get that feedback to the development team, all positive things. We're going to set up a player focus group. Oh, perfect. With a selection of 20 to 30 summoners from across the battle realm. Your boy, Prof. Hoff, ain't invited to this BS. Now, in their defense, I shouldn't be. But when I see focus group, I'm not invited. Take a look at our forums to find out how you can get involved. Okay, when and how. We hope that this sounds like a positive step forward. It really does. When these changes coming to Act 6. For us, Book 2 is an important event for MCFC. We want as many of you as possible to experience it. That's why our goal is to bring some of these changes to the game before the launch of Book 2. Read on to find out when. Okay, so Book 2, Chapter 1. Blah, blah, blah. Reward player accomplishment. Rewards mean more than just crystals and catalyst. While we have always planned to add more path-based rewards to Book 2 as a way of increasing value between completion and exploration, our new avenue for increasing rewards is inside of fights. Forcing players to struggle just to do the bare minimum against opponents was difficult and unsatisfying. You can say that again. Giving players opportunities for massive damage spikes and health recovery are themselves rewards, and we should be providing them to players more often. Outwitting a challenging champion or overcoming a tough buff node are accomplishments that deserve celebration. Path-based rewards will be added to Book 2. Okay, that's cool. Respect player investments. We mentioned before that players have invested in the champions they want to play, and we are going to do a better job of giving them more avenues to be used. However, respecting player investment goes beyond champions. It means being more transparent. That's very true. The energy cost to complete a path in Book 2 will not exceed 70 energy. Awesome. The time required to complete a path is reduced as a part of reducing the scope of quest path. RNG requirements for fights will be loosened. Thank God. Empower more players with choices. I've been saying this. More choice, less chance. I've been preaching that in every video for months. To see it in a headline is really exciting. Most of the meaningful choices made by players happen at the start of quest. Okay. Story quest will feature multiple final bosses for more choice and less repetition. Interesting. We're slowly rolling out new gameplay for use in Book 2, including champion swapping in Chapter 1. That's interesting. Inspired by incursions. Reduce player mental load. Asking players to draft complex battle plans to accomplish their single path and story content is a big ask. Focusing more on designing less complex buffs. Layering fewer overlapping buffs and encounters. That's also awesome. Being able to jump into a quest and see a clear indication of what paths are easy and which are difficult will speed up the process. Yes, it will. Number of paths, length of paths. Expect fewer buffs in the majority of encounters. Path difficulty will be scaled. Challenge players with bosses. Okay, so that is good. Final bosses are being designed as standalone experiences. Less on the niche RPG. Having multiple final bosses per quest will allow us to scale their difficulty. Ultimate goal is to raise the quality bar and deliver on something more enjoyable. I'm really excited about all of this. Okay, so Book 2, Act 1, Chapter 1, December, at the end of 2020. Hopefully with a virus antidote. Can I say that? Cavalier difficulty. Okay, wow, so much to talk about. And I'm trying to go fast. We're already at 8 minutes. Okay, so I think everybody is just wondering about the difficulty versus the rewards, right? Helping you rank up your 5-star champions up to rank 5. Let me tell you this. Most people I talk to who want Cavalier difficulty don't care about that. They care about 6-star stuff, to rank 2, to rank 3, not 5 stars to rank 5. Cavalier title was released some time ago. It took a long time. Overwhelming as time went by. A solution, we heard your voices and decided that it was time to create this new difficulty. So the release date, September 2nd. Okay, so that's soon-ish. That's in a couple months. Here the anticipation behind your screen, so to keep you sharp, we're going to run 2 side quest difficulties while we finalize the tuning of the event quest starting this July. Canadian difficulty. Well, that's going to be inflated. That's a joke about Canadian currency, by the way. We are starting with our side quests because they are much more fluid when it comes to difficulty and rewards. July, Canadian difficulty is such a funny name. I'm sorry, it just is. Herald difficulty, side quest, Cavalier difficulty. Rewards boost. Okay, this is what we care about. This is what we're trying to get to. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Goals, blah, blah, blah. Come on, you might use some items disappear from the rewards, the Tier 1 Alpha Catalyst in Act 2, for instance, but we can give them more abundantly. Or interesting. Weird. Please note with the Act 2 update, all your quests will be wiped out, but you will not lose your progress. When you clear a quest, a flag is created in your account to say that you cleared it. Same thing when you explore a quest. Alright, that seems like a decent change. To help you either explore the quest or pick up the path rewards, if you enter a quest that has been wiped, a total of 11 quests across Act 2, you will be granted 10 small energy refills, as well as 1 champion boost. This applies to everyone. Okay. Compensation. Another huge thing to talk about. When we update an old act, we only compensate players who have cleared the content up to 3 months prior to the update. This content is or should be outpowered by anyone who cleared it more than 3 months before the update. A player working toward uncollected does not need the resources from previous acts to beat the collector. Blah, blah, blah. So, I guess we'll stay tuned for that. Beyond the quest. God, there's so much to read, right? Long read. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to Act 2. It's been years since the sound of your fist. New battle music. That's what we need to keep playing. I mean, cool. Why not? Bigger, badder, and bolder. I hope that means Dork Lessons was involved. I always enjoy his music. Champion selection. Having a hard time choosing your team. Well, per using at your roster has gotten even better with this brand new backing track. Boss Rush and more. The Summoner will be releasing something that's a new spin on our Boss Rush content called the Summoner Smackdown. Freely unlock a new Boss Rush each week for 5 weeks. That's exciting. More as they stay on the light and lose. And finally, it is our mission to provide more engagement, future rewarding. Well, we don't have blah, blah, blah. Summer of Pain working title? Okay. No need to read that. That's all for today, folks. Woo! Golly. I tried my best to cover that and it still took over 11 minutes. All right, so I will post the link in the description and pin it under this video. To me, the biggest takeaway from this right now is the Act 6 nerf. That's what I spent the majority of time talking about. That's what you all have asked for, and I look forward to getting your feedback on all of this. I want to say, so far, the feedback this afternoon on Alliance War changes has largely been negative in my inbox. Those of you who are in the Plat 1, the Gold, the Silver, you feel like it's the haves versus the have-nots. You've been very disappointed by what you think the difficulty is going to be now for Alliance War and the adjustments it's going to take to learn new maps and new paths versus the small pittance in rewards. In fact, I've heard from people who say that this is actually the day that makes them think that they're not going to do Alliance War anymore and not the day that they're going to get back in. But that could be a skewed sample bias. So if you're really excited about Alliance War, I also want to hear from you before I make a community reaction update video. I want all voices in it as possible. I don't want it to be biased toward either side. Have a good day, YouTube. Woo! So much talking. Thanks for watching.